Penelope's costume actually made me want to light myself on fire.
And that's the opening image. That is the opening image of this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because it's so bad.
The way in
it looks like Party City.
No, literally, that wig. Like, I actually
her little bitch boy with the, so I don't know any of them. With the like Zorro mask.
I think we need to start with this with being like a disclaimer. I'm the only one who actually watches the show.
No, I watch it.
I have watched every episode.
As a fan.
Oh, as a fan. Yeah, that's so true. I watch it as a hater.
Remembers their name.
I watch it as a hater for sure. Hi, and welcome back to the Bias Cut podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the highly anticipated romantic drama of the season, Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Boo.
No.
Oh, no, not yet.
I revealed myself too early. I revealed myself as a hater.
You couldn't keep it in at all.
I couldn't keep it in. I can't be tamed.
You can't even say the title of the show without booing.
Literally.
Okay, we have to do a disclaimer of like, we're not doing a bad faith review of these costumes.
They truly don't know. Like, I can vouch, they truly don't know.
I will say, I might be in bad faith. I think I might be approaching this in bad faith.
I'm trying not to, okay?
I'll try. I swear. No, I won't. I think because... Listen, at the end of the day, it's entertaining. Bridgerton is like so entertaining to watch.
I love it.
I've watched every episode. I've watched every
I've watched every season.
I haven't even watched every episode, actually. I didn't finish season 3 because it was so bad.
It really was.
Oh, wait, maybe I didn't watch season... No, I tend to finish things. I probably did. I just forget
I
things
don't finish
immediately.
things.
Whether or not I pay attention while I'm watching, that's a different thing.
Exactly.
I definitely complete the project, for sure. Me kind of being present? No.
Because Daddy didn't raise no quitters.
Yeah! Caw.
So I love Bridgerton. I love it. I love to hate it. I don't think it's perfect, but also I have read almost all the books. So
Oh, I didn't
realize that.
Oh, you didn't know. I'm a fan.
No.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. So you had like insider scoop. Okay.
Insider scoop. No, I went to the library. So Benedict's season of Bridgerton, season 4, is underway. Mm-hmm. We got part 1 about a month ago, and part 2, as we're filming this, part 2 has actually not come out yet. It comes out tomorrow. So I am very excited.
We're waiting with bated breath.
Too. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited. I
am really excited. I think that, like, personally, so far, even though Benedict is really not my favorite person, and I do find him this season to be a little bit cringy, I think that this has been the best season so far. At least from what we've seen. I think mainly because Sophie is such a likable character. Yeah. Like,
Sophie.
Love her.
She's been the best, like, main woman lead that we've seen so far. Like, I mean, there are some interesting characters, I think, on the side that could be cool to see, like, as the main lead. Specifically, like, Daphne and her potential queer romance, because obviously we love
Francesca.
Or no, Francesca.
Already
sorry,
fucked it up.
Dang it!
Already fucked it up.
Shit. Okay,
So,
Francesca.
Let's just say we're gonna be seeing that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Em and I do not know
from the both of
anyone's
you two.
names.
Yeah, we don't know any of them.
But you have watched it.
I
Yes,
have
you
watched
have.
it, and that's the thing. But to be honest, at least for me, the majority of the movies and TV that I watch, I don't know anyone's name ever.
No, we
Yeah.
know. We
I
know.
As we've
yeah,
proven, in
yeah.
real life, I don't know anyone's names.
Yes. Yes.
I just suck at names, full stop. So apologies in advance.
Exactly. But I think that this has been the best season so far. Sophie, we love her. I like want the best for her. I want her to run away into the sunset by herself and like go find an epic love story someplace else. But maybe Benedict can bring it around, and I can only remain hopeful.
The thing that makes me forgive Benedict, or like this season, is because in the past few seasons, I've hated the male lead, but I'm not supposed to. At least in this season, I am supposed to. Like, he's supposed to be kind of a dick. And that's why I'm
exactly.
like, okay, like, I'm with you on this, you know?
And to be honest, I've liked Benedict in other seasons. I
Yes.
like, because, you know, he's bisexual. We love it. I love to see his journey. But also, like, he's definitely the one of the Bridgertons that like has a personality, and so that's been cool to see develop on the side, like his like hobbies and interests, and kind of his like whole shtick with like being the like spare heir. Like, I think that's been like he feels the most like a person from the majority of the Bridgertons that we've seen.
I want to defend one thing. I do think most of the other male leads are also supposed to be awful.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Interesting.
Simon and
That is
Anthony
true.
are both like traumatized from their
Yeah.
childhood. And so they're both like kind of awful because of that.
But I don't
Right?
think there was supposed
Colin's
to be
the only one who's supposed to be
unlikable.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
think-
you're right. You're right.
Because I think they obviously have flaws, but they're kind of the like brooding, like
Yeah.
like you said, traumatized, like ooh, and then the female lead is
Like a
supposed
Darcy.
to like, fix them.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just
Yeah,
never
that's
about
so
that.
true.
I'm always like boo, gross.
now I want to clarify my stance on Bridgerton. Like I said, I've read all the books, not all of them. I'm almost done. But I want to say I've been waiting on this season with bated breath because this is my favorite book of Bridgerton. Benedict's book, Sophie, it's my favorite. And you can imagine how I felt after season 3 came out, and it was awful. I was worried for my future as a Benedict book lover. And I mean, I know he's kind of awful in this season, but like, to quote Brittany Broski, I am a Benedict Bridgerton ally. I'm a Benedict Bridgerton believer. I love him. I'm sorry. That's my truth.
No, I can get on
truth.
board with that. I can get on board with it if he fixes himself in the next few episodes.
We're here today to talk about the ever so controversial
Yeah.
Bridgerton costumes.
Yeah.
Where to even begin?
Literally.
Where to even begin when talking about Bridgerton costumes? They're so controversial. I mean, everyone's got an opinion on it. Some people love it. Some people really love it, and a lot of people hate it. What do you guys think?
Oh, so true.
So we are haters here.
Yeah. I would definitely say
Certified, some may say.
definitely certified hater, but to be like super like to like take my emotions out of it, I do feel like the first 2 seasons, the costumes, while they weren't my favorite, like they were definitely, they still kind of had that like tackiness to it. They were not, they weren't egregious. Like, they weren't the worst thing that's ever crossed my path.
Yeah.
But season 3 and now season 4, things are really starting to ramp up, and I'm very fearful. And that's kind of where I stand on things. Is someone's lost the plot. Someone lost the plot.
the plot's been gone for a long time when it comes to the costumes.
Yeah.
And it got, I think it's been reeled back in a little bit this season. And I
Okay.
do appreciate that. Season 3 is when the plot was like out the door. And now like the plot's not back, but we've found it. It's not back. But we know where it is now.
Okay.
I think that's the big thing, is the inconsistencies with the costumes. Like even within a season, between characters. And I'm not talking about like putting Penelope in ugly clothes because she's supposed to be like
Ugly duckling.
That does have its, plot narrative like purpose, and that's fine. I'm not talking about that. It's more just like you're making weird choices that that are inconsistent and not like. And we will preface this by saying this is not about historical accuracy. We don't care about historical accuracy
at all.
This has nothing to do with that.
Everyone and their
think
mother has
actually-
always talked about how
Exactly.
Bridgerton is not historically accurate.
And
we
you know what? Roughly, silhouette wise, they are.
They are.
It's not
They're
awful.
fine.
And we'll
not-
go into that. I think
Yeah.
it's genuinely not as bad as people
No, I
make
don't
it out
think
to be.
so.
I really don't think so. I think like the material and like the like vibrancy and kind of like accessories of the gowns are definitely like very much so.
Crazy town.
Yeah, crazy town like Shondaland.
Yeah.
But the silhouette themselves actually are pretty consistent.
Fine.
And
big
even
thing-
for like because I was noticing like once you get like later into the Regency period, like especially once you start like approaching the 1830s, the sleeves get like crazy big, and so you're seeing that transition even in the show. Like sleeves are kind of, especially with like Cressida,
Yeah. It
so-
never got that extreme,
no, but at
it's
least they're like
not-
showing that change.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's not totally as out of pocket as everyone seems to say it is, I think.
Exactly.
I think the big issue that a lot of people have is the undergarments, which I get, because why are they putting... The actresses have said that they've been put in full corsets, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
You just wouldn't need it.
Purely just because it's so unnecessary. Like,
Yeah.
why are you making them wear that?
Yeah, literally.
In this last season, we saw the Dowager Viscountess Violet Bridgerton in a...
Yeah.
I don't have a photo ready, but in a undergarment ensemble.
Yeah.
That
Which
was,
looked great.
she looked fantastic.
I loved
But
that
it
moment.
was pulled from
in the
all
show.
sorts of centuries.
It
That-
was
that-
completely weird.
100%. I did actually want to ask, because I don't know a lot about like Regency era undergarments all that much, but there's that scene in this season where Penelope is like getting fitted for that god awful pirate costume, and she's
It's
like
crazy she's getting fitted for it because it doesn't fit her at all.
Thank you.
Oh, we're
And-
getting
and-
into it, guys.
But I want to, okay, now we're getting into it. I want to say everything we say is nothing against any of the actresses or actors
Oh my
At
god!
all,
on
at
that
all.
point. It is
They're
not
all
their
stunning,
fault at all.
beautiful. They look
not at
They're
all.
all beautiful. They're
I
all
love
doing a great
Nicola.
job. We love her so much.
We
Like,
love her.
but
Come on the pod.
I hope that
Yeah, literally.
come talk to us.
Literally.
I hope that they get her clothes that fit her properly. That's all.
Yeah.
100%, because it's really not that hard. But there's that scene where she's getting fitted for it, and you kind of see that she's like low-key wearing a bra. And
Oh, I don't remember.
yeah.
That.
And I'm like, I don't think that was kind of like her. It just like,
And
Yeah.
here's what I'll say on that. This is a totally different thing, but I've noticed this even in the earlier seasons. They're wearing really inaccurate undergarments, and my theory is that I think it's because they want it to look sexy, and
Yeah.
Regency era
Yeah.
undergarments don't,
not sexy.
to our 21st century minds, don't appear very sexy.
No.
But why do they have to be sexy all the time?
another episode we want to do is the over sexualization of period dramas.
So
hopefully
we'll
can
save
get
that
into
for that. We'll talk about that later, and we'll talk about Outlander and maybe Wuthering Heights if we're ready. I don't know if we're ready yet. I can't.
I think I honestly, if I want to be a fair critic and not kind of have a crash out on the podcast, I think I'm gonna need to kind of like maybe take some months, kind of cool off.
That was our historical accuracy disclaimer.
Yes.
Our critiques have nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
we don't care.
We don't
and
care.
what the costume designer has said in an interview, he talked about, like, he knows it's not supposed to be historically accurate. Like, that's not what they're trying to do. They've said they're wanting to be more of a fairy tale version of Regency because they're selling fairy tales with their stories. So it's basically, if you look at internet opinions, it's kind of unanimously agreed that it's gotten worse with every season, the costumes, that they've deteriorated a little bit. And again, I think we've gone back up. We've taken a step back up with this season. I think they've listened to some of the feedback, but not nearly to anywhere where we were at the beginning. And if you don't know, the season 1 costume designer was a lady named Ellen Mjornik. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. She did season 1 and season 2. And then in season 3 came about new guy. His name's John Glaser.
He's a criminal.
Criminal activities.
So
we're gonna get sued.
Yeah, I know. Alleged criminal.
No,
that made it worse.
This man has not done anything illegal, as far as we know. We are not making any accusations.
No.
So John Glaser, in an interview with Glamour magazine this season, started by saying the costumes don't follow the books. So if you're a diehard fan of the books, you won't be happy. And here's what
okay.
Why?
That's insane.
Why are you just trying to alienate a big chunk of your fans, like right off the bat? That's never a good idea.
Literally. Also because like so much of like the Bridgerton fan base are people who read the books or at the very least started watching the show and therefore started reading the books. Like,
and that's me.
That is such a big, exactly. Like that's such a big chunk of the audience. Like that's wild to say. Also, why wouldn't you follow it to the book? Like, or at least like a little.
So you're the costume designer.
I don't know. I guess, like, I don't know how Julia Quinn feels, like, as the author of the book. I'm sure she's getting, I hope she's getting a big paycheck. But when they just, like, license your book and then just, like, trash talk you in every interview and talk about why they're going to change everything, I would be kind of offended.
No, that's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's their right. They're able to do that, like, I'm sure. But
especially because
I can't feel good.
One of the reasons why authors put like descriptions of clothing in their books is for like specific plot points or even to like create like the atmosphere of the book, to like set the atmosphere. So it's like important at least to an extent, and you don't necessarily have to follow it like to a T. If it's like a green dress with blue sequins, like you don't necessarily have to do that perfectly.
Sequins.
I know.
Sorry.
And they're all over the place in this show.
The sequence.
Oh, the sequence.
The sequence. But like you don't even have to like copy whatever the book is saying perfectly. I mean, the show in and of itself isn't copying the book to a T. But at least at least follow the general vibe. Like that just shows that he doesn't
like, respect the source material.
Yeah,
clearly
or
just doesn't
don't shit talk it in interviews with Glamour magazine.
Literally, with Glamour of all magazines too. It's like that's a pretty big outlet. Like,
so we should just get into it. Well, I'll say the show starts in 1813. That's the first season. And now we're in about like 1817, 1818. And season 5, next season, will be in 1820, they've said. So we're like peak Regency. We're right here, right in the thick of it. There's not a graceful way to start other than saying Penelope's pirate costume was just awful. It was just awful. Our beef that we've been discussing is why does nearly every costume look like you could get it at Spirit Halloween.
Yes.
Why is it so cheap?
Yes.
Why is it plastic?
Yes.
And I think a great example of that to really illustrate how bad it's gotten is poor Nicola Coughlan in this pirate costume in the first episode of this season. Why is she wearing a wig?
And
is it a wig?
Yeah,
she's not blonde in the show.
It must be a wig.
No, and
like it's a wig in the show because she's
so right.
red hair in the show.
She's ginger. Yeah.
But like the crimped hair, like the early 2000s crimped hair that like hasn't been brushed out and you can like see the kinks. The
lurex? Is that lurex? Like what is that?
I don't like even sparkly know. I'm looking at this bodice here where it goes from the bodice to the skirt and it just kind of is cut off.
Have you seen the skulls?
Yes. The skull and crossbones.
The seams on her dress, they're so jagged. Like you can see in the construction, like in the bodice right here.
Yeah.
What's happening? And there's a skull and crossbones.
There's a skull and crossbones. The trim, that like green plastic.
No, literally. It's plastic.
It's so bad.
And it looked the embellishment looks like it was glued on either end, and like it looks like it's coming off in the middle. And so this just begs the question, what is happening over there?
What's happening in the costume department?
It can't be good. Who did this? Because it's Penelope deserves better. Nicola deserves better.
Also, even the context of pirates. That's I don't think that's.
Would there have been? Because I'm curious about this. Because
they would. Okay, I did a pirates module.
Well, oh yeah.
Ha.
Uh-huh.
It's come in handy. I don't remember anything.
Yes.
Well, I don't think this whole idea of like the skull and cross being associated with I don't think that was a early 19th century thing. I could be wrong, but I think that's way too. And again, we're not talking about historical accuracy. Mm-hmm. It's just because fancy dress parties like were a big thing. They used to be.
Yeah.
Like there are so many extant garments of these kind of like dress up costumes that you could have gone. You had so many options. Why would you do this?
Well, and that's the thing is like you could have had a fun moment where you like look at the costumes that people wore and like did something fun with it, like even like modernized it for like the 21st century eye a little bit and like made it fun.
That's what they did with the Joan of Arc.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Eloise's costume.
Eloise is
great.
Eloise as Joan of Arc makes a lot of sense. Like I fully believe Eloise would say like, what do I want to be for this party? Joan of Arc.
Yes,
same with like Sophie's stepsisters. The older, Rosie, whatever her name is, she's Marie Antoinette. And that is a costume that would have been picked during this time too.
Yeah.
100%. For sure.
That was
and
so good.
Makes sense for her character. Yeah. And like the little sister Posey was a mermaid. That's another thing. That would have been a thing at that point. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that Penelope would choose to be a pirate. No, like they could have given her something really cute and fun. It was disappointing. I was disappointed. And why is she wearing a wig?
Why is she wearing a wig?
And the hat. Why is it tilted? I'm sorry. Why is it tilted? And like the side profile of the hat is actually insane. But they flop back and forth. Like it's like clearly like it's actually a hat from Party City. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so bad. And this ties into the fast fashion of Bridgerton. Mm-hmm. It's the way
I was thinking we could call it the SHEIN-ification of Bridgerton.
The SHEIN-ification.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just this idea of like these costumes not being, I don't want to say made to last because obviously they're only made for the scene that they're in. But because the museum I'm working at is currently doing a Cosprop exhibition, and Cosprop is the big costume house for like most of the major period dramas in, the past few decades. And the way these costumes are constructed is stunning. Like so it's started by this guy called John Bright, and he began it all by collecting actual extant garments and then using that to recreate these pieces. And again, it's not about the accuracy, it's about just making well-made things. And the fact that some of these, because they store them all, they're all in a warehouse and they're reused. They are reused. Like these costumes are reused over and over again. And I don't know, it's just the idea that like this is going to be chucked away. Like it's just so, I don't know. I obviously, it's a tricky one to talk about sustainability with like costuming, because again, it's made for a specific purpose. But I don't know, man. This just
And we spent all of last season 3, establishing that Penelope is a rich lady. She is a self-made woman. She's got that lady whistle down money. Where is it going?
Money.
She's gonna look good at this ball. Why doesn't she?
She has her own money, but she also now has the Bridgerton money.
Yeah,
like she's got double money.
She's flush with
double
cash.
Like, so why this?
So
weird.
To keep moving forward, the next dress that I want to complain about, the next outfit, is this piece worn by Hannah Dodd, the lovely, amazing, talented Hannah Dodd as Francesca.
Beautiful, stunning.
In season 3. This is her first season as Francesca. They switched her out and she got a whole new look. This is what they gave her. This piece right here.
It's like tattered.
So she's wearing why
is she wearing tweed?
Well, let's start. Why is she wearing tweed? So she's got a puffy sleeve here, but we can see it's dragging down on her arm because I get it wasn't tailored properly. And it's just got this big flower right on the front that's like drooping, that kind of looks like it was glued on. This is the meanest episode.
No, because I will say, looking at some of because I was briefly just like refreshing myself with the costumes, and some of the like bodice pieces on the dresses in season 2 are beautifully fitted.
Oh yeah,
like, and we'll go into that. I have some later that are just gorgeous.
Like it's not that the people making these outfits can't make clothes; they clearly can. There is some really like stunning moments of construction and tailoring, but again, it's the inconsistency. It's like why?
Yes,
exactly.
Absolutely. And then in this dress that she's wearing under it, it's like I don't even know what's happening with this print. Like it
looks like camo. I'm so real.
It looks like camo.
It looks like camo.
It reminds me of like faux fancy hotels, the ones that like try and look bougie, and sometimes they have like these weird textiles like this.
Yes, that's so true.
So I thought it would be helpful to be able to draw a real comparison here. And so I have found this archive collection piece. This is from the Victoria and Albert Museum. It is dated between 1817 and 1820, and it is a walking dress with a Spencer jacket. And I thought that this dress was very Bridgerton-esque.
Yeah,
I thought,
100%.
You know, look at these sleeves. They have bows. It's puffy. It's got flowers on the front. Like, it's very highly embellished. And that's what we're saying. Like, the embellishments that people seem to complain about aren't necessarily the parts that are the problem. I don't have a problem with her having a big flower right here on her jacket. But just, like, sew it in properly. And I have heard a lot of complaints about this jacket in my scrolling and looking. And I will say, it's actually really interesting. So this cut of jacket that we see, not really in Francesca, because I think they've changed it too much, but in this archive piece is we see a lot of this actually in the early 19th century because of the Napoleonic Wars. It's a very like a military cut. It's military look. And we would see a lot of that too during this time is military inspired dress, like tassels and cuff bands and things like that.
And the red Spencer with the white muslin.
Yes, big in British fashion during that time. Is a big influence. I think it would be really fun for the show to like actually draw upon those moments that were happening to give it like a little bit more historical grounding. Like still make it fun and still do what you want with it, but just I mean, I don't know.
These are also just such ugly fabrics.
Mm-hmm.
This is
I
my main
mean,
issue
look.
with the show, is that they just pick the ugliest textiles. I don't know
Exactly.
why.
Well, that's kind of like my theory too, is like I wonder, had they picked different textiles to use, would a lot of these dresses actually look better?
Yeah, I think
Because
Mm-hmm.
so.
like even like okay, Francesca's jacket, right? Obviously had it actually fit her arms properly. The cut of the jacket is very similar to this like archival piece.
Hmm.
Had they chosen a different fabric, it would have looked so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Like so much better.
Yeah,
So I think a lot of it just comes down to the material that they're picking.
fully agree. And I wonder too, like, when I see that, when the alarm bells go off in my head, they're not using silk, they're using tweed. And it makes me think, like, are they trying to start a trend right now with these costumes? Is that their goal?
Mm.
So true.
Wait, I
Because
just remembered she eventually goes to Scotland, doesn't she?
Yes, she
yes.
does.
Is this supposed to be like foreshadowing that they're trying to do? Because that's we gotta cut it.
Ooh,
Because why would you pick tweed? Like, it's such a specific
it
fabric.
really is.
And it's
Why
like
would
not
you
only
do
is it
that?
tweed, but look at her sleeve. It's like a raw hem. Why would
I
that
know it's like, but it's also like tattered all throughout. It's like fringed all throughout.
But this is very, okay, this is very 2010s Chanel, which I think
Yeah.
ties
Yeah.
into what you're saying, Maggie, of them maybe trying to like push a trend now by modernizing it, but it just doesn't translate. Like,
It
I don't
doesn't
know.
work.
Because also, it doesn't look like good 2010s to Chanel. It
No.
looks like a crappy
Is there
copy
good
of it.
2010s Chanel?
Okay, yeah, I know. But like, we're talking about like peak Karl Lagerfeld, you know.
No, I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
There was some, but you're
He had
right
his
in that
moments.
like it's in a specific context. It was good because of the
Yeah.
campiness of it. But here it's like, I don't know.
On
They
this
tried to make it like
pretty
soft and demure.
debutante. It's not
Yeah,
demure.
Also, tweed is such a tough like material to try to make trendy. Like
yeah.
it's
Chanel has been trying for decades and it's not
yeah.
working.
I mean, some people like it, and I think that that's great. But I don't think tweed is ever going to be this
No.
like big textile that like everyone is wearing. I just
Again,
don't
it was
think that'll happen.
big in the 2010s. It was very like Gossip
Yeah.
Girl. You know, it had its moment there. It was very like Blair Waldorf, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it really has a place anywhere here. Get rid of it.
Here's the thing. I do like a tweed, and I
Do.
yearn for the day. I think there could one day be a designer who could really come in and make it fun again and make it work
I
and
mean,
make it
Westwood
modern.
tried. Yeah.
Westwood
Vivienne
tried.
Westwood definitely did have a moment.
And so I don't want to like I want designers to keep trying. But
Yeah.
it hasn't worked yet. One day, I hope I live to see the day that it does. So whenever you talk about the costumes in Bridgerton, it's often brought up the Featheringtons and what they wear and how it is noticeably a much gaudier than what the Bridgerton family wear. And I think, that is in defense, that is a choice that is being made.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they are that is their style. They I mean, the first thing said about the mom in the first episode is that she is tasteless and tactless. Like she doesn't know what she's doing. They go pick the worst colors at the modiste. I think this makes sense. Again, and it even makes sense that they would be lower quality because maybe they're not spending their money right. Maybe that would make sense. I just wish, again, that it was a little more grounded. And I understand, especially with Penelope, like the first few seasons are her like ugly duckling era, and then she comes of age and she looks very lovely. But like this dress here, we have her in this yellow one, it has like stars like glued across. Like cut out stars, and they're all like not like they're like the shapes are different. They're kind of, some of them are a little wonky.
They just didn't have to do it. Like
they didn't have
you
to.
Like you did something that took more time out of your workday to do
so
that you literally didn't have to. Like you didn't have to do that.
That's so true. Yeah, what I really find ironic about the whole Penelope in yellow thing is that this color was actually really like in fashion.
Yeah.
And here I found so many dresses in this yellow.
Yeah.
And they're lovely, I think.
Yeah,
I really
they're
like
gorgeous.
it.
And see this one here, like those sleeves are very like that is a Bridgerton sleeve on this second one I have here.
Yeah.
Like it's big, it's out like
Yeah.
I think it looks like a tulle. I mean, I'm sure it's probably made out of silk.
It's
but
some netting,
it has that same effect.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, that's the thing. Tulle can be made like tulle isn't a material. It's not a fiber itself. It's just the way it's made. So you can still make it look good.
And we have this like draping thing happening across the bodice.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice. And like she would have looked so beautiful in that.
Well, I guess she wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
I just don't get the sparkles. I don't get the glitter. Like I think theoretically understand. And there are times when they make it work. Like I think there's a couple of Daphne's dresses in the first season that are kind of glittery and a little bit, you know. And it makes sense for her character. But then, I don't know, they just lose. Again, they lost the plot. They were like, everything sparkle.
Well, I mean, you even see it with, like, this picture of, like, the Featherington girls all together. Like, I get that they're meant to show that, like, the family dresses in, like, a similar style together, but you don't have to put every single daughter in a different colored dress that they all have, like, a tulle that is draped over a fabric and it has flowers all over the place. Like, you didn't have to make every single person in this scene wearing essentially the same exact dress. Like, it's just,
and
I feel like they mass produce stuff. Like you can feel that even on set. Like, obviously joking around that, like, you know, they're buying this shit on Temu, but like it feels like everything is mass produced even on set. Like they're just like throwing designs out and just like putting people in like whatever and seeing what sticks.
And in this image here, we do see in this dress next to the yellow dress, it has this like tulle with this little like diamond looking, like that was a thing.
Oh, for sure.
But another thing too, in this time, it would be a lot more uniform. Like it would be a uniform like we're seeing here, like just a pattern going all the way down. It wasn't really much of like here and there dresses. It's just like a mishmash of flowers placed about randomly too.
Right.
And I think our point is that because we are bringing up like historical examples here, but it's not to point out the inaccuracies. It's to point out how you can take inspiration from these eras to really add something to the story. And you're just missing out on so much by leaving it out. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
There's not a lot of times when you get to explore these fashions. You know, they don't really have a place in today's society, right? So you have the perfect excuse to look at these older examples and to bring them back to life and to, you know, really explore people's relationships with clothing at a different time. And you don't.
Not to mention the fact that like these museums and historical societies that like house all of these like historical costumes want people to come to their collections because number one, no one comes to tour them. Number two, like unless you're like the Met or the V&A, the majority of your costumes are never seeing the light of day.
Yeah.
So like people like these places want people to come and like take inspiration and obviously not recreate things like to a T because who cares about that? Yeah. But like find that inspiration, like this diamond pattern, like or even like the shade of yellow that's in a couple of these dresses. Like, find inspiration there and then like put it into production for like the modern eye. Not to say that like the Gilded Age is the end all be all for costume design, because I really don't think it is, but
Em has beef with the Gilded Age too, don't worry guys.
of course. I actually really don't. Like, I think that the Gilded Age, their costuming is like pretty solid. Like, I don't think they're, you know,
There's some ugly dresses, but it's good.
There's some ugly dresses, but it makes sense for the time, for like the end of the 1800s.
And that's the thing here as well. Like, they can be, it makes sense. They can be
make it ugly, yeah.
But it's got to be like the right kind of ugly.
Exactly. It's got to make sense. But I bring up the Gilded Age because the costume designers who worked on that production came to the Historical Society in Cleveland that I worked at to find inspiration from our collection, because Cleveland, like, you know, had this big moment at the end of the 1800s with like production, because a lot of, you know, the country's stuff was being produced in like industrial cities. And so we like have so many costumes from that time period that are actually stunning, because there were tons of rich people running around here. And so they came and like just looked at the costumes that we had and took reference pictures, and like obviously they're not reproducing that at all for the show, but they were finding inspiration in like the materials that are used and the patterns and like the vibrancy of the colors, like the construction, you know, all of that. They're finding inspiration and then they're making that into whatever works for the 21st century person.
Yeah.
I'm also just so confused by Lady Featherington's silhouette. I don't get it. Like, what?
She's clearly in a corset. Like, you can tell.
But like, why? The fabrics that they give her, like, they're obviously supposed to be like damask or like some kind of like brocade silk, but
it's just printed.
It's like literally printed. Yes, exactly.
And I think really what our main point is here is that it's actually not as inaccurate as people seem to think it is. Like, a lot of elements that being used were used historically. I just wish the execution was better. That is my problem.
Also, they don't have the excuse of having a small budget. Number one, because it's Shondaland. Number two, because it's Netflix. And number three, because period pieces purposely put aside a massive budget for costuming, because they know that like you can't just like pick this up at the thrift store, or you can't pick this up at like a vintage store, or you can't, like, a lot of like the archives that like house like costuming for movies and TV don't necessarily always have everything that you need for a period piece. So they're like purposely putting money aside for that. They don't have the excuse about having a small budget. They just don't. Like, choose better fabrics.
I do understand that they have to make so many outfits. Like, my heart really goes out to the team who has to make these. Like, the little interns and the like,
Oh,
like, God bless you.
Love to those people. We don't mean anything.
Yeah, it's just because clearly they have like a stock pattern, right, that they're using as a base for a lot of these dresses, and that pattern seems to be pretty decent. Like, again, the bodices seem to fit pretty well. 100%. Yes, they're very booby, but like, fine, whatever. It seems to be like working. It's just these little choices that could so easily be different.
Literally. Well, you just didn't have to do it.
Didn't have to do it.
I'm glad that you guys brought up the budget point, because I was looking into that too. I was like, what's going on? Like, when I was looking at all these costumes and comparing them to actual historical pieces, I was like, something is seriously wrong here. And I tried to find information on the budget. I couldn't find any. And, you know, within that, well, you can find the budget, but you don't know how much of that is being allocated to costumes. And I was researching things about that. I couldn't find anything to do with Bridgerton on that note, but I did find an interview with Sandy Powell. If you don't know, she is a costume designer. She did Shakespeare in Love, The Young Victoria, The Favorite, The Other Boleyn Girl, The Wolf of Wall Street. She did the 2015 Cinderella, like stacked resume. And a lot of them are
Yeah.
historical and fairy tale pieces.
Yeah.
A little more of her accolades. She has 3 Oscars and 2 BAFTAs, and she is the second most nominated costume designer in Academy Awards history after only Edith Head. And she did an interview. Yeah, cool lady. She did an interview with BAFTA a few years back. And when they asked her what the biggest challenge was for costume designing, here is what she said. She said, usually the challenge is, how are we going to do this for the money in the time that is usually the challenge? I would say every costume designer is going to say the same thing, regardless of the size of the project you're working on. If you're on a very low budget little film, there's never enough money. And if you're on a big one, there might be enough money, but there might not be enough time. And you've got to do like 1,000 times more costumes probably than the small one. And I think that's really the big issue here is
that's a really
as the show's grown, as the cast has grown, as the extras, everything has gotten so out of hand. And I can't imagine what's going on behind the scenes, but it's too much and they need to scale back.
I bet you the costume team is like 10 people and they're having to make hundreds of outfits. And I really I
hope it's more than that, but I know it's probably not.
So one thing that when I was searching through, I was looking at the Victoria and Albert and the Met for all these dresses to see what we were working with. And this orange one here really took my breath away because it's so simple and it's so beautiful. But what really was so striking to me was it made me realize, where's the velvet? We haven't seen, I don't think, any velvet. And velvet is, it's a more affordable option. and it can be so beautiful. And we've seen none of it. And then I was trying to find, have we seen velvet anywhere? I don't know. And then I found it. I found when we've seen velvet, and we've seen velvet on the maids.
Yeah.
And we have this photo, and I found this photo here. This is of the Bridgerton maid, Miss Wilson, and Varley, the Featherington maids. And look at these jackets that they're wearing.
Those are beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
They're stunning, especially
they're beautiful.
The Bridgerton
maids. The piping.
I feel bad calling her the Bridgerton maid. That feels really fucked up because I know that she has a name in the show. But
Mrs. Wilson.
Mrs. Wilson, yeah. Mrs. Wilson, her jacket / cape situation is stunning. My question though about having a one of your maids wearing velvet, would that have been, number one, would that have happened at all? And number two, would that essentially signal to other people that you're rich enough and so you can have your maids wearing velvet?
Yes.
And so it's kind of like a symbol,
yes.
Yeah.
And we see this in this season a little bit. We get into the maid politics, which I have been really enjoying. I think it's really fun. It's very Downton Abbey.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the maid is dressed by the house, by the lady of the house, really. And the better your maid looks, it's like a flex, you want your maid to look nice. You want her to, because she is going to be, as we see Varley and Miss Wilson out there representing your house, so you want her to look good if you're, good at all. But generally, the maid is only going to be wearing that uniform. And we see that, this is what I'm saying here. This is Varley and Miss Wilson's one of their only costumes. So when you scale, we're seeing when you scale back, you can give a little more attention to it. And it's gorgeous. They fit them both beautifully.
They're wearing wool. Sorry, they're wearing a nice plain wool.
Exactly.
Expensive.
Exactly.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Even Varley's velvet, the coat, it's the little kind of detailing, the kind of almost diamond-y detailing. It's it's beautiful. The bell, it looks stunning.
Yeah, if only we could see something this well made on one of the Featheringtons.
Literally.
Which is what makes me mad, because you could say, yeah, it's cheaper because they're supposed to be tacky and gaudy, but why does their maid look better than them?
Well, that's the thing I think I've been feeling with this season currently, is that the maids' costumes are the costumes that I love the most. Like, I love what Sophie's been wearing. I'm like, she looks cute. But that could also just be kind of being more drawn to kind of like plainer clothing sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think in season 2, the the 2 Indian girls, what are their names?
Kate and Edwina.
Maggie's like, God, fuck.
Sorry. I actually really like Edwina's outfits. I think they're really sweet.
She had some nice ones.
And they really compliment her. And they did really well with the colours with them. Like, they picked really great colours. There was some questionable jewelry, but, you know.
Yeah. 100%.
I did really like the fabric choices that they did with them, because I think she also has like a riding cape or something, right?
Yes.
On the horse. Yeah. Was that velvet? I feel like that might have been velvet.
Ooh, was it?
Maybe
I
lined
hope so.
or something. I don't know. But I remember being like, that's nice.
See, and now I'm seeing, now that I'm looking this up, we see in season 1, Marina, that's her name. Marina and Miss Featherington, they're both wearing velvet capes. And it's cute. So now we're getting to the crux of the issue here. I think we're finding what it is.
Also, can I just say, I really hate the way that they tried to do the whole like fusion dressing in season 2. Like, they tried to do like nods to like they're Indian.
Yeah,
like, this just looks ugly, man. Stop it.
Well, and it's just like what I just want to
don't do that.
All of like a lot of Kate's personality is about how important her culture is to her. So I understand why they were like, let's incorporate these elements. But just put her in an actual sari. They don't ever. They don't.
Literally.
Exactly.
The fact that Edwina doesn't wear a sari for her wedding.
Ever.
Or like even when they do the Mehndi session, which is like that is
and she didn't wear a sari.
And she didn't wear a lehenga for that. That's crazy.
Really, I'm like, just put her in a sari. Exactly.
No, it could have been such a amazing way to like showcase these styles, and they just
and
like
also
didn't.
You want to do sparkly? Girl, then do fucking Indian clothes. Like,
if y'all love sparkles so much, like,
you have two Indian actresses as your leads. Like, there are so many opportunities, and
where it's not even like
it's not even
like this thing that like, you know, Shondaland or the Bridgerton has been doing of like basically like having this like mixed society that's like colorblind. So with them specifically, they're actually from India. Like, that's part of the plot, is that they're actually coming from India. So it's like, why would they? I don't know.
Because they would, so either they would bring their own dresses, right? Or they would get there, go to the modiste, and the modiste would make them like very traditional, like,
right.
Yeah, so
there would be no fusion, really.
Like, there would be no fusion.
No.
And I understand. I understand what they were going for. Like, I get why they would want to do that.
Again, they just did it in an ugly way.
Exactly. We should just
the execution is so poor.
Exactly. Oh God. It really is.
So, circling back to this new season. One of the plot points in this new season, a key plot point, is Benedict like saves Sophie from this like abusive household that she's working for and goes to take her home, but it's raining and pouring, and so they can't go all the way back, so they have to stop at the cottage that the Bridgerton family owns. And because because they have no clothes, Benedict tells Sophie, you can wear one of my sister's dresses. And leading up to this, the costume designer did an interview with Vogue where he says, we actually use some of Daphne's dresses. And I was like, that's so fun. That's so exciting. Like, what a fun nod. But then this side by side here is what was used in the Vogue article. These are not the same dress.
That's a different dress.
They're not. They're both nice. I think this the dress Sophie's wearing, she looks nice. Like, it's not anything too crazy, but it's not the same dress.
You know what? This is actually a really good side-by-side to see where they went from season 1 to season 4.
Yeah.
Where, like, Daphne, that dress is, like, really beautifully constructed. Even just, like, the trimming along the, like, top of it. And then you look at what Sophie's wearing. That
it's
looks
like tie-dye
like it's from
on the skirt.
Shein.
I was doing some sleuthing, and I couldn't find what, like, I was like, did they just get the wrong dress when putting the side by side with Daphne? Like, did Daphne wear this first dress? I couldn't find it. So Sophie wore 2 dresses from 2 Bridgerton sisters, and I found, this was not my sleuthing because I couldn't find it, but the tab figured it out. And so this second dress Sophie wears is the Francesca dress from earlier.
Wow.
Without the jacket.
And you can, so this is supposed to be like a moire silk, but it's printed.
I don't know.
Instead of actually being moire, because that's so funny.
Looking at Sophie wearing the dress, I'm like, that's cute. She looks cute. But Francesca,
and you put it next to. Yeah. So the tab also found, they believe that the first Sophie dress is actually this other dress from Daphne from season 1, but it looks like they've changed the sleeves and added this band and like another tulle overlay to it.
I don't think these are the same dresses because the fit is completely different. Like that would on Phoebe,
the bodice,
that's the actress's name, right?
Yeah.
The busts are completely different. Like no, I don't.
They added some inches, and then also the sleeves are longer too. Or the sleeves are shorter for Sophie.
The sleeves are, like, they've completely switched out the sleeves. And I think they might have done that to, like, make it fit her better. But what I'll say, in this case, with the context of what's happening, it's okay if it doesn't fit her perfectly.
Yeah,
it's not her dress.
Exactly.
And why, when you are already so overextended, which I can only assume you are at this point.
Yes.
And the plot calls for her to wear a previously worn dress. Why don't you just do that? And it could have been such a fun.
Literally just do it.
It could have been just a fun nod. Like the fans would have loved it because they. Yeah. And then I'm like, are we just for some reason trying so hard to just don't bring up Daphne, don't bring her up, don't think about her because we have not seen Daphne in forever. Side note: the Bridgerton had a kids' family dinner in the last season, in the last part of this season, and everyone's like, oh, where's Benedict? Where's whoever? No mention of Daphne, the other sibling.
Fuck her.
Where is she?
Well, you know, her and Simon are, I don't know, in some place that, in prison. That's where I put them. I locked them up.
It just kills me because when Daphne and Simon get married, they're like, it's just like, because she's gonna be a duchess, right? Daphne is a duchess, and they're like, she's gonna run society. Like, she won't just be a part of it. Like, she's like on top, which she is as a duchess. She's on top of society, and then we never see her again.
Nowhere to be seen.
That's
so funny.
Yeah. But to give, again, and I was looking through all these Bridgerton dresses, and I will say my favorite of these last 2 seasons has been Francesca's debutante dress.
Yeah, it's really
is
pretty.
beautiful. Yeah. Hannah Dodd is beautiful. But then I had to compare it to Daphne's, and compared to Daphne's, it's just sad. Because it doesn't fit her perfectly. I think these are kind of
comparable.
I think they're a little bit better. But, like, look at Daphne's sleeve. I just... A puff sleeve is hard to tailor, right?
Yeah. I guess
but when done well,
more volume for
it's so beautiful. And Francesca's, but it goes like over, what was making me mad is like it like
band.
droops.
I see. Yeah.
And the band, and it droops, and like compared to Daphne's, it's just like
it's also like really wrinkly at the top. Like it looks like it's not like there's like a it's kind of like gap.
I think there's too much fabric.
Yeah. It's like fabric. Pulling, and
because they're not tailoring things to fit people at all.
Because they don't have enough time to, or they don't care to. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they need to
fix it. You know what
it.
I think happened with that? I think they got the embroidery done too big and then had too big of a panel for the sleeve and had to like shove it all in there.
Yes.
You're right. Because it's like...
Honestly,
it's like,
that's... Yeah.
Yeah. You're probably right. That is so
I don't know. because you can
so
see on
like
Daphne's like the embroidery so perfectly is like visible.
Yeah.
yeah. So that jump from Francesca to Daphne is like very apparent, like, okay. And then if you scroll down again, here's an actual dress from that time.
Love this one.
And
So fun.
it's
Wow.
beautiful. This is an evening dress. I think this is from the Met. I'll double check that. But my goodness. And
Gorgeous.
the piping, okay.
Yeah.
The piping
piping
doesn't
is
come
I
in the
found the
crazy.
trend. I
name
think
for
this
this.
is,
There's a name for this technique. Oh, I've lost it. It's a French technique, and it's essentially a tube of bias cut fabric, and they stuffed it with lamb's wool,
No
and
way.
that's what made the puff.
Yeah. It's
I love
beautiful.
that.
And
It's
I mean, even
gorgeous.
they stuck a big flower on that and it
Yeah.
looks great. Like you can do that if you want, just like don't do it ugly.
That's our whole thing. Our whole thing is
That's
like,
our whole
do it
thing.
if you need to, but like, guys.
Yeah. And like,
Make it look
I'm just
cute.
obsessed with this dress. And it's got the
No, it's
frills and it's got the
gorgeous.
big sleeves
Yeah.
and and so the piping, yeah, like we were saying, it doesn't actually in the Bridgerton timeline, the piping is not in trend yet. This is like early 1820s is when that started to be a big thing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is my wishes for seasons
Yeah.
upcoming.
Our
I want to see
predictions.
Eloise or Francesca or Hyacinth or
Yes.
whoever
We want to
in
see
a
some
dress like
stuffed
this.
piping.
We
Give
want
me
to
the
see some
give me the
stuffed
lamb's
piping.
wool, give me the silk, give us the velvet. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
A plea for velvet.
A plea for velvet.
Yeah, so this is my favorite dress, and then just again, we gotta switch back because I'm gonna complain about every puffy sleeve. Little Posy, who's adorable, and I love her
This
so
is
much.
atrocious.
Love her.
I
But this
didn't
mermaid
realize.
dress is just atrocious, and
I didn't
It actually
notice
looks
it when I was watching, but oh my god.
her costume specifically looks like something that was purchased at Party City. Like
yeah.
that
Like, will you put the previous dress and this like side by side on the screen right now so people can really like take in? Yeah, like
100%.
That is the ugliest dress I have ever seen.
It's actually like I mean, okay, to say something nice, the like little poof sleeve, I like that it's like kind of
I-
wavy, like water. I'm like, okay,
like that
I get
fabric.
that. Yeah. I
What's
like that
funny is
fabric.
that fabric was probably really fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And this is what you do with it?
Exactly.
She
You make an
looks like-
abomination.
It looks like hair. It looks like hair. It looks like she's got an old man's white hair all over.
And again, the
Oh
kind
my
of
God,
like
that's so bad.
mermaidy sequins, like
Sequins.
skirt, peplum skirt situation. It looks like an Ariel costume.
It looks like a Barbie threw up on her.
Yeah.
it looks
Mermaid
like what you
Barbie
get
threw
when you
up
go
on
to
her.
when you go to the Bippity Boppity boutique.
Like y'all, they took them to Bippity Boppity boutique. and they Bippity
again, I want
Boppity
to reiterate
booed.
because we're being so mean.
Barbie booped her.
And I really don't want anyone to like misconstrue what we're saying. It has nothing to do with this
She looks
actress. Like
beautiful.
she
She's
is
stunning.
lovely.
She's
She's
gorgeous.
literally
She's
stunning.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
She's
and here's the
perfect.
thing: you guys didn't even notice because she's rocking it still. But
Yeah.
she deserves better than this. I think. Like
She
that's
deserves so much better
She
than
really
this. This is a
does.
tragedy
No, it
of epic
is.
proportions.
And she's like, I love Posy's character. I think she's
Me
so,
too. I
she's
think
so
she's so
sweet.
sweet.
I love her. So again, they just did another person dirty. They continue
So
to
dirty.
do people dirty.
Should we call this episode "The Crimes of Bridgerton"?
Yes.
Criminals.
Tried. Criminal intent.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Ba, 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 da, 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 da.
Wow,
So
what a
I think-
whirlwind adventure this
I
was.
think on that note, we can just like I'll give because I want to be very clear on like what our stance is. Like our
Yes.
final plea. This is my plea to Bridgerton. I would say it's time to scale back, tone it in. Don't
Yeah.
make your work. Don't make your costume designers
harder.
work this hard.
No.
It's okay. It can be simple.
It's okay.
Please.
But also, like, you actually can make them work hard, but just not hard in this direction. Like,
Yes, exactly.
make them work
That's
hard
yeah.
kind of in, like, the better direction of, like, I don't know, making pretty dresses and, like...
I'd rather them make 5 beautiful dresses than 10 ugly ones.
100%. Like,
I'm
get
not gonna
people
be
in here who,
offended.
like, know... Exactly. Get people in there who, like, know how to tailor properly. Like...
Do you think Eloise is going to be the next season? Is that?
Yes,
Is that
I hope
her?
so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love Eloise.
Justice
I'm
for
excited.
Eloise. She's my favorite
Eloise.
character.
She's gonna go
Please,
get her
guys,
man.
you put her in a great Joan of Arc costume. I
Yeah.
think she's got pretty decent costumes overall out of everyone.
Yeah.
She definitely does.
Well,
Please.
I think it's funny because she's
Begging.
supposed to be like the tomboy-ish of the sisters, you know. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
It.
So
They
they like
can't
tone her
overthink it.
down in that way, and it ends up
Right.
like she looks the best
Yeah.
because she's not. Yeah.
I hope they don't overthink it. I hope they don't overcomplicate it. Just put her in wool.
Just put her. So
in wool
I'll-
and
Put
silk.
that girl in wool.
So I will say, and this is like, because I've read Eloise's book as well, and it's, spoiler, click away if you don't want any information on Eloise's book. But I'll say it takes place outside of the town, out in like the countryside.
Put her in wool. Because I was going to say, I mean, wool, especially because the season is meant to be like warmer weather, wool wouldn't necessarily make all that much sense. But if she's out in the countryside and it's colder, put her in wool.
We forgot to talk about cotton. Guys, there's no muslin. There's no muslin.
Where's the
There's
muslin?
no muslin.
Where's the muslin? That's
And
kind of
don't
like the
worry,
whole
I can
point
do
of the
a whole nother
Regency era.
There's no fucking cotton in this show.
And so another reason I didn't bring it up is because I was gathering stuff about that. I should have said this earlier, obviously, but I was like, when I was,
This
and
is a whole
we'll talk.
other
I'll tell you about this off camera later. But the crimes are too many, and it needs its whole episode.
The crimes are stacking up.
This is just about the quality, and then
and that's literally it.
We'll just
say put them in natural fibers because all of this synthetic, it's dragging you all down so bad.
You can tell that it's synthetic too. Like, I mean, if you have to use synthetic, like there's ways to use it that's like it's not this obvious. You can get better quality synthetics.
We're begging for a natural fiber.
I'm begging for just like anything.
Your actors are begging for a natural fiber.
Yes.
Because those costumes must be stinky.
100%.
too, right? Like
yes. Filming in
the
like
chafing
muggy,
of your
hot
arms
weather.
right here to all your sequins must be awful. Like
God. Oh my God.
Criminal.
It like talk about swamp ass. Like there would be sweat sliding down my back.
Must smell nasty.
100%.
Anyway. That's probably why they don't reuse them, because they smell so bad.
You know what? You're onto something.
And this is why Bridgerton is not the show for us, personally.
Yes, exactly.
okay.
We think too fucking much.
We think way too much.
Thank you so much for watching the
I hope you learned
podcast.
something.
Hope you learned something.
We swear that we're not haters because I'm realizing
we
like
all watch this show.
I love this show. I'm gonna keep watching it.
Exactly. I'm gonna keep watching it too. And we aren't haters. We just want people to do better. That's it.
We see the best.
We're
see
not
the potential.
angry at you. We're just disappointed.
Just disappointed. Deeply disappointed.
Deeply disappointed. All right. Well,
All right.
we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye bye.